Europe needs to think about how a union can be attractive for the people. And it can be attractive only if the big challenges that European societies are confronted with are taken up and tackled in a cooperative spirit. When we talk about big challenges, I mean the refugee crisis, the coordination of foreign policy, of defense policy, the fight against terrorism. These are all things which require a strong cooperation and coordination. On the other hand, Europe should not continue to regulate the daily life of people everywhere in detail. There is no one-size-fits-all in Europe. So we need, in the big things, we need a big cooperation, and in the small things, Brussels and the European Union should stay aloof, let people do their communal, their regional, their national decisions on their own. That would be a Europe which people begin to like again. In this respect, I think Europe has been much too centralized on issues which are not central for the European policy as a whole, and it has been not cooperative enough in the real big issues where Europe has to stay together in the world. The whole European Union was built on the idea of preserving and developing as much freedom for the European people as possible. So apparently Europe is a liberal exercise. It has been a liberal exercise from the start. That said, the problem is that it has been so successful and people take it for granted. And when you take something for granted, you think nothing can happen, the world just goes on, even if you slam the door vis-à-vis foreigners and you quit the integration process. But this is an illusion, and liberals have to make clear to the people that it is an illusion. Europe, first of all, is my home. I'm a passionate European, and Europe is a model of a civilization of freedom. And in this role, it has an enormous importance for the world as a whole. So I think if the project Europe would fail, if that were to fail, it would not only be a disaster for us, but a disaster for the world.